but I reported it. How many times have you heard that after something has gone wrong? I sent a WhatsApp message. I sent an email. I tried calling, but nobody answered. Okay. But here's my question. Did the person who needed to take action actually know there was a problem? Because in an emergency, sending a message and successfully communicating are two different things. Let me give you an example. There's a power failure at a commercial building. Initially, that may sound like a fairly straightforward problem, but very quickly other things start happening. CCTV systems may go down, access control may stop working, automatic gates and doors may not operate correctly. Intercom systems could be affected. Security systems may be compromised. Tenants may struggle to enter or leave certain areas. Depending on the building, lifts, pumps, communications, and other critical systems could also be affected. So this isn't necessarily just a power failure anymore. It is starting to affect the operation and potentially the security and safety of the building. Now imagine the person on duty notices the problem. They take out their phone, they post a message on the building WhatsApp group. Power is off, please attend. And then they carry on with whatever they were doing. As far as they're concerned, they've reported it. But have they? Because the facility manager, property manager, or whoever actually needs to take action isn't necessarily looking at WhatsApp, waiting for something to happen. They may be driving, they may be in a meeting, they may be on another site, they may be dealing with another problem. Their phone may be on silent, and they might only see that message an hour or two later. By then, that original power problem could have created a whole series of secondary problems. And this is where I think we need to change the way we think about emergency communication. Sending is not the same as communicating, and it's certainly not the same as getting action. I've heard these explanations many times during my career, but I sent you an email. I put it on the WhatsApp group. I sent you a message. Or we tried calling you, but no one answered. And my response to that last one is very simple. Okay, what did you do next? Did you call again? Did you phone the next person? Did you escalate it to somebody else? Whoever your escalation procedure says must be contacted next. Because if something serious is happening at a building, I don't think what I tried is an acceptable emergency procedure. And I don't believe that an unread WhatsApp message sitting on somebody's phone means that an emergency has been successfully communicated. Now, I'm not attacking WhatsApp. We use it all the time. It is incredibly useful. The same applies to email. WhatsApp groups can be particularly useful during an incident because they allow photographs, information, and updates to be shared with several people and they create a record of what happened. But there's an important distinction. Routine communication and emergency communication are not the same thing. If you're reporting a broken light fitting, send a WhatsApp. If you're sending a maintenance update, send an email. If you're confirming that a contractor has arrived on site, a message may be perfectly adequate. But if there's a major power failure, a serious water leak, flooding, a security breach, or anything else requiring immediate action, pick up the phone. And if the first person doesn't answer, call the next person. And if they don't answer, escalate again. Keep going until somebody with authority and ability to respond knows what's happening. Because there is one word that I think should sit at the center of an emergency communication procedure. Acknowledged, not sent, not delivered, not posted, not even two blue ticks. Acknowledged. Someone needs to say, I've received it, I understand what's happening, I'm dealing with it. Or I'm arranging somebody to attend. Now we have the closed communication loop. And I think there's a lesson here for facility managers. Go and look at your own emergency procedures. Do they actually define how urgent incidents must be communicated? Or do they simply contain a list of telephone numbers? Who must be called first? What happens if that person doesn't answer? Who is the number 2? Who is the number 3? How quickly must the incident be escalated? And this is an important one. Who remains responsible for that escalation until somebody acknowledges the incident? Because otherwise, we create a dangerous gray area. The security officer thinks, I put it on the group. The maintenance person thinks somebody else is dealing with it. The facility manager hasn't seen the message. The property manager assumes the facility manager knows. And meanwhile, nobody is actually taking action. That's how a relatively manageable problem can become a much bigger operational problem. So perhaps our emergency communication procedures need a very simple principle. Report, acknowledge, act. Report the incident, make sure somebody responsible acknowledges it, and confirms that action is being taken. And now I want to put the question to you. If you're on duty and you discover a serious problem requiring immediate action, have you fulfilled your responsibility simply because you sent a WhatsApp or an email? Or does your responsibility continue until you've made sure that somebody capable of taking action has actually received and acknowledged the information? I know what my answer is. No, acknowledgement means the communication isn't complete. But I'm interested in what other facility manager and property professionals think. So tell me in the comments, is the sending of a message enough? Or should the person reporting an emergency remain responsible for escalating it until somebody acknowledges it? One final question. Does your building actually have an emergency communication escalation procedure? Or are you relying on somebody seeing the WhatsApp group? I'm Gary Ward from Ward Facility Management. If you work in facility management, property or building operation, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next video. And as usual, thanks for watching.